Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to Barak Polity. Me, Miss Baushan Leshkor, again come in front of you with a topic in the same lesson, that is politics of planned economy, from your syllabus, that is HS second year syllabus. I am discussing politics of planned economy, second lesson of your book, Politics of India since independence. Today's small topic is planning in India. I discussed in front of you what is plan. Plan is nothing but a strategy for future. It is a process of devising a course of action, what is to be done, when to be done, and how is to be done. That means what the thing, what is we will done, we have to done, and when the time, we fixed the time, decide the time, and how, in which way, in through which we will done this work. This thing we decide before we are going to do a things, before we are taking initiative to do development or something. That is all are called plan. Plan means devise. We make strategies, devise, plan of action. All these called are plan. And in India, in March 1950, Planning Commission was set up. But where from they got this idea, and the origin of this plan or Planning Commission, where from get Indian leaders? They got the idea from Soviet Union or USSR, then time USSR, now Russia. In 1928, in Soviet Union, they started experiment of this planning, and they were successful. So from here Indian leaders were influenced, and before independence in India, it's got significance or importance for planning. First time Indian National Congress formulate a committee, National Planning Committee, formulated in 1938 under the leadership, under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru. And hereafter the government established a planning and development board in 1944, and various groups were given various ideas, various strategies, various plans they formulate, and they took forward. And among these various groups were formulated, and among these groups, one of the important group were the big industrialists. They also formulate a plan. This plan is called Bombay Plan, and they recommend that by this plan, planned economy in India, planned economy in the country. The Bombay Plan wanted to take major initiative in industrial and other economic investment. In economic and other industrial investment, the state should take major initiative. Because of what? Because in India there were no such people, capitalist people, to establish big industries and compete with the outsiders people. And here is necessary for industries, and to develop industries, to establish industries, state should have to take major initiative and help the capitalist So they are making a plan, they are devised a plan, formulate a plan, and they also took forward this plan for planned economy in the country. In the light of the above discussion, we may conclude that planning commission was started before independence. Before independence, planning was started, and after independence, from right to left, there is no choice, only one choice, obvious choice is planning to achieve the goal of development. So in 1950, 15 March, planning commission finally set up. Planning commission was a multi-member body, and you know very well, it prime minister was the chairman of this body, and its function and recommendation are advisory in nature, and only after the approval of the Union Commission these came into exist or came into enact. So we may say that the origin of the planning or planning commission came from Soviet Union in 1928. They experimented this planning, and where from our leaders were influenced, and first time a body was formed under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru in 1938, and then in 1944 another body was formed, planning and development board was formed, and another important was formed by the big industrialist of our country, namely Bombay Plan, and they wanted the state should take the major initiative for industrial development. And finally, after independence, there was no choice in front of us to take the planning, so that Planning Commission of India was set up in 1950, and Planning Commission was a multi-member body, and Prime Minister was the chairmanship of this committee, and its function and recommendation were only advisory in nature, and only after the approval of the Union Cabinet it came into effect. So from 1950 to 2015, the 5-year plan frequently formulate one after another, and in between there is a gap between government formation, election, or some problems came arise, so there was a plan holiday. So this planning commission long last. So this planning commission was continued from 1950 to 2015, continuously 1 5-year plans to another 5-year plan came under this planning commission, and if there is gap between the 2 5-year plans, this plan is called plan holiday. Plan holiday is that if there is no plan, there is a gap between 2 plan, this because of or due to lack of clarity about the government, and change government, one government to another government, or there is a no clarity about development goals and strategies. In these circumstances, plan holiday came plan holiday means for short term only 5 months, 2 months or 3 months gap, there is a gap, and for this gap some strategies are made, not for 5 years, and this plan is called plan holiday. You may understand what is plan holiday. Between 2 5-year plans, if there is a plans or gap, this gap is called plan holiday. Okay, so there is two types of budget, plan budget and non-plan budget. Every government or government prepares plan for its income and expenditure, and there is two types of budget, plan budget and non-plan budget. Plan budget is that for 5 years a budget is made on the basis of income and expenditure. We call a long-term objective or long-term developmental things decided by the government. These call under plan budget. And non-plan budget is and the items of routine on the basis of yearly items decided by the government, routine items on a yearly basis. Routine item on a yearly basis, this is called non-plan budget. The government of India prepares a document that has a plan for its income and expenditure for the next 5 years. Okay, accordingly the budget of the central and all the state governments has two types, plan budget and non-plan budget. Plan budget is spent on routine items on a yearly basis, and plan budget is that spent on 5-year basis as per the priorities fixed by the plan. That means routine items on a yearly basis plan is non-plan budget, and on the basis of 5 years is plan budget. Understand? From 1st January 2005, Planning Commission was replaced by Niti Aayog, or you may say Niti Aayog. The full form of Niti Aayog is National Institution for Transforming India. 1950 to 2015, Planning Commission was continued. After this institution was replaced by Niti Aayog. When the Prime Minister of India, present Prime Minister Narendra Damodar Das Modi, first came in power in 2014, and his maiden speech in Red Fort on the occasion of 15 August Independence Day, he announced that to make very much vibrant and effective institution, Prime Minister of India announced to change Planning Commission into a Niti Aayog. And from this 1st January 2015, Planning Commission was replaced by Niti Aayog, and now some changes came in this statutory body of the Indian government. Earlier I mentioned that this statutory body was only advisory role, but now it's also directional and some instructional capacity given to this Niti Aayog. So far my concern, how much it is successful or not successful after 5 years, I don't able to say. But if we compare Planning Commission and Niti Aayog get much functionary powers, much powerful body than Planning Commission, and Planning Commission was abolished in 2015, that is 1st January 2015. Niti Aayog came and the abolishment of 5-year plans or planning commission was abolished.